What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim back with another video here to give you guys a love letter on Arkane Studios, one of my favorite studios of all time. I have been a very big fan of these guys, and it's really cool that they are now celebrating their 20th birthday. It's gaining some traction right now, partially because of this website and some of the stuff I'm going to walk through with you in a minute, partially because Danny O'Dwyer just recently completed his NOCLIP documentary on the studio, in which he uncovered 3 games that Arcane had worked on but were canceled before they ever saw the light of day. One of which was a collaboration with Steven Spielberg, and the one that's been gaining a ton of traction is the Half-Life expansion that takes place in Ravenholm. And it looked really, really good. Lots of nostalgic vibes there. Makes me want to go back and play Half-Life 2. So Arcane is definitely no stranger when it comes to releasing high quality games. And here across their 20th anniversary page, there's an example of some of that. Now, what are they promoting right now? They want you to join what they call the Arkane Outsiders. I suspect this is a very clever, maybe not so clever, ploy to get you hyped up for the next generation of Arcane games. As much as I loved Prey, and I loved it, it really wasn't much of a commercial success, and that's a real downer. Dishonored seemingly seems to be completed, at least story-wise, with Dishonored 2. Of course, they did have some DLC afterwards, the death of the Outsider, and that definitely wraps up a lot of the story as well, particularly with Dowd and kind of his story arc. So it's kind of curious to see what Arcane does next. We know they have some stuff in the works, but they want you to join the Arkane Outsiders. They want you to get on their Discord, and they want people like me to promote it. So here I am, hook, line, and sinker. And if you go to the website right now and you log in with your Bethesda.net account, remember that the parent company is ZeniMax, but has oversight to both Bethesda and to Arcane. They've just kind of inherently used Bethesda as kind of their flagpole launch name, and that, their launcher and all that kind of stuff is tied to Bethesda. But go ahead and log in there, and what you'll do is you're going to scroll down here, and you're going to join the community. Okay, it's going to take you 5 seconds. It's a little button you press. I've already done it because it says thank you. When you do that, it's going to unlock Arx Fatalis, which definitely has aged. But it was a game that came out in 2002. It was incredibly fun at the time. It had a really interesting mechanic where you would kind of draw spells. It's definitely shades of early Skyrim, of early Fallout, where you have these giant open areas in which, not open areas, I shouldn't say that, dungeon areas where you are picking things up and exploring different parts of the world. It's very clear why, and you can see really that Arcane and Bethesda were meant to be. I mean, they make very similar experiences. I'll argue that Arcane's experiences are a bit more elaborate than Bethesda's. Bethesda definitely leans more on the open world side, as where Arcane is definitely a much more controlled map, but their map design is absolutely second to none. I will argue that to my grave. And if you're curious about what that kind of looks like, just join the Arkane Outsiders and click on that link, and you'll get a free copy of the game. You can check it out for yourself. They're also going to give you a digital art book with just some pictures from the games that they have worked on and access to a bunch of wallpapers. In case you were wondering, by the way, what the trailer looks like, this is the trailer. I'm going to go ahead and mute it. We're just going to fast forward. Now, remember, this came out in 2002, so you're going to see a lot of that blocky animation, a lot of those blocky graphics, but you could see shades of really kind of what Arcane turned into. And I speculate that you are going to get a sequel to this game. That's kind of my guess. I think maybe at next year's Bethesda's press conference, they're going to unveil the curtain on this sequel or a continuation of it in this universe. I can't see any other reason why they would give away a game that is 18 years old. Of all the things they could do to celebrate 20 years, yeah, obviously a lot of their games are on Game Pass right now or on other, services, or it's very cheap to pick up some of these older games. But anyways, I thought it'd be interesting to, check it out. So if you haven't, go ahead and do so. I played it a long time ago. I'll probably try it again. Maybe I'll do a quick review on it at some point. But it's just kind of neat. It's a little. The website here shows kind of the history of the studio, and maybe a lot of people don't care about this, but I do. And the reality is, it's cool to see the history of this stuff. It's cool to see kind of key moments in their story and kind of what makes them tick as a company. And then for free, regardless if you sign up for the Arkane Outsiders program or not, they have some really phenomenal wallpapers here from Dishonored and from Prey and kind of their stock image of Arcane 20. And that's all they have right now. I suspect we'll see more in the future from them. And I suspect that this is just the beginning of what's to come. But I wanted to be fair and talk about it because I do love them. And some of my favorite gaming moments of all time, honestly, comes from Arcane. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below and take care of yourselves. Until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.